Here's a quick explanation of how to download important SACE information about deadlines and timelines for stage 1 and 2 subjects directly into your own calendar to make sure you never miss a key deadline. So on the SACE website, sace.sa.edu.au, you can go to the Schools tab and navigate over to SACE Operations and Calendars. Click on that link. What I want to do now obviously is select the South Australian SACE calendar from the menu on the left, and then I can actually filter the calendar according to the subjects that I'm teaching and the type of information that I'm actually wanting to have. So for example, because I teach stage 2 sciences, nutrition and chemistry, I'm going to go through and select those 2 subjects. And I'm also going to select stage 1 chemistry, because I also teach that one. So now that I've selected my subjects, I'm going to choose which category of information I'm interested in, because the types of information that SACE publishes, some of it is relevant to teachers of subjects and some of it is really more relevant for SACE coordinators and people like Sharon Lunnis, who work at our school, who help us out with all of the organisational side of things. So you can select subject operational key dates. In terms of assessment, types of things I might want to know is when will my learning and assessment plans be due, when will my moderation materials be due, and any school assessment timelines. I'd also be interested in examinations, so that can pre-fill my calendar with the exact date and times for the chemistry and nutrition exams. Enrollment doesn't really bother me, neither does courier dates or communication. Planning, so things like clarifying forums, would be really interested in. Professional development, conferences and workshops, and stage 2 assessment panel. So this is applying to be part of, for example, a moderation panel or an exam marking panel. Within results, I'm really interested in when the due dates are to make sure I'm not missing anything. Results release, etc. They come when they come, so I'm not going to download that, but that would be up to you. In terms of the rounds for moderation, we're not involved at stage 1 in the sciences, but as you would know, in stage 2 we are round B. I'm going to select that one. In investigations, we don't have external investigations in science subjects, so that is fine. So now that I've selected the type of information that I want, I'm going to scroll down to this red button here, Apply Filter. So in the first instance, that's just going to filter out the information so I can view it this way here on this month-by-month calendar that the SACE website has. But rather than having to come back and do this every time, what I can actually do is export this calendar so that I can then import it into my own personal calendar. So you can do 2 different formats. You could export it as a PDF if you wanted to, but I find it much more useful to export it as an iCalendar file, which, as you can see here, you can import then into Microsoft Outlook, which is what we use for our email at school, or because I happen to have an Apple device, I can download it straight into my Apple based calendar. So I just go ahead and start the export there. I've actually already done this in advance, so I just want to show you that if I scroll over now to my calendar, highlighted in blue up the top here, you can see some examples of SACE notifications that are now pre-filling into my calendar. So workshops and meetings for term 1, not only does it give me an alert when that information becomes available, but it also gives me some links and a little bit more detail about what exactly is available for me. Another due date here, stage 2 LAPs due, so if Sharon's emails aren't enough for you, you can have another reminder as well. But importantly, links here regarding information about how to go about submitting LAPs, the types of forms that you might need to use are generally included there as information as well. So I can scroll ahead to next week and have a look what's coming up. Closing date for stage 2 clerical check, so that doesn't actually apply to me, so that's fine. But generally across the year, as deadlines approach, etc., you'll be given some advance notice and you can find out more information about all things SACE.